Assalamu alaikum dears. Hi and hello everyone. Hope you are doing good. This is Nazia ma'am. Now we are going to see one more poem under Indian literature and translation. The name of the poem is I Never Saw You. See here the picture is I Never Saw You by Dr. Jyoti Lanjewar. A small introduction about Jyoti Lanjewar. Jyoti Lanjewar is a Marathian prolific Dalit writer. She was born in 25th November 1950. She had wrote many works even in literary criticism. She criticizes many works. She wrote nearly 14 books and the important works are माझा जन्मांचा प्रवास वडल उठणार आहे. So Marathi name, you please memorize it dears. She was been a social activist till her last breath. As a social activist, she have raised her voice for the upliftment of Dalit women. So she was working for the society. She was working for the betterment of the low class people, the Dalit peoples. So who are Dalits? Dalits are the broken people. Dalit are the peoples who were subjected to untouchability. They belong to very low class and they belong to very low caste people. Okay, clear? I repeat, Dalit peoples are those peoples who belonging to the caste in India who were subjected to untouchability. Untouchability means they were isolated from the normal people. They won't allow to go to the temples. They won't allow to drink water from the common well, as they are being separated from other normal peoples. Okay, she have been recipient of numerous awards like Padma Shri Daya Power Puraskar, Lokmitra Award, Dalit Mitra Award. She writes mostly about human values and love. She died in 2013. Okay, this is a small introduction about Jyoti Lanjewar. Actually, I Never Saw You was written by Jyoti Lanjewar and it was translated by Vinay Dharwadkar. Vinay Dharwadkar, as I have already told you many times, that you are going to study two writers in this Indian literature and translation. One who wrote the poem and the next who translated that work. Okay. Vinay Dharwadkar was born in 1954. He is a humanities educator. He is an educator in humanity. He teach humanity, how a person should have human qualities. He have done many works, like the works are the Oxford Anthology of Modern Indian Poetry, Kabir Weaver's Song, paperback, Mahabharata, a modern retelling, the collected essays of A.K. Ramanuja. His achievements include research in cosmopolitanism, post-colonialism, print culture, Indian and world literature. He is member of Modern Language Association, America. Now the small introduction about the writer Jyoti Lanjewar and the translator Vinay Dharwadkar. Okay. So now introduction to the poem. The poem describes the suffering of a Dalit woman. Here, I Never Saw You, a poem written by Jyoti Lanjewar. The poem deals with the suffering of the Dalit women. A mom who suffers, a mom who belongs to the Dalit caste. Here, the poem describes the suffering of the Dalit woman, that is, a Dalit mom who tries to provide quality education to her child. Okay, a Dalit mom, a poor mom, because of her poverty, she was suffering a lot. But that too, she has a strong hope, strong opinion, strong aim that she tries to provide a quality education to her child, as every mom expected the same to their children. Yes, dears. She expresses her belief on Ambedkar. Everybody know who is Ambedkar. Ambedkar, and she wants her child to become like Ambedkar. She struggles hard for the sake of her child's education. The next, hope you understood this. See, I repeat the introduction to the poem, where the mother who belonged to the Dalit caste suffers a lot in order to bring up her child, in order to give a good education. In that, she inspires a lot on Ambedkar. Who is Ambedkar? A very good writer, a very good social reformer, a very good freedom fighter who removes untouchability from India, who fight for the upliftment of the Dalit peoples, who fight for the low class peoples. And Ambedkar fight for those people that even they are Dalits, even they are low class peoples, even they are poor, they have to be given a equal right in India. So now you understood who is Ambedkar. So the same here, a mother want her child to become like Ambedkar. So she struggles a lot. She come across many hardship in the daily basis for the sake of her child's education. Okay. Next, she brings to light the sufferings of the downtrodden women, as they are downtrodden in the sense they belong to very low class. They are very low class people. They don't have the proper earnings, and always they come across the poverty. Always they are following the poverty in their life. So she wants what she wants means she wants her child to get rid of this suffering, to be educated. A educated man was very well versed in India, and the whole world respect her child. She wants that her child to be respected by the world. The poetess admits the sad picture of her mother, who lives without any fine attires or jewels. So here, what the poet says, that the poet never saw her mother of wearing fine attires, means fine dresses, of any good dresses or any good jewels. She never saw her mom that she wore any kind of costly jewels, costly dresses. As always, she find her mother in a sad picture and always struggling for him, always struggling for her betterment in life. She works hard in the construction site from dawn to dusk. From dawn to dusk means from the morning till the evening. Her mom was struggling a lot in order to get proper wages, so that she may save for the future education of her child. She hopes that her basket of labor will fall from her hands only when the child attains education like Ambedkar. So what's a mother is? Mother hopes means definitely when the basket of labor means the difficulties, the slavery definitely will fall, will be end up only when her child attains education and be an educated person like Ambedkar. Okay. Now the theme of the poem. This poem shows the feeling of the writer towards the mother. The main theme here is how the writer feels for her mother, how Jyoti Lanjewar feels for her mother. The poetess has beautifully portrayed the image of a downtrodden woman, the image of the low class women, how particularly her mother, how she tries to come up, she tries to bring her child in the life, how she struggles day and night for her children, for her child to become a good person like Ambedkar. She lives in the utter poverty to bring up her child. She follows all the poverty. She follows all the difficulties. She tries to manage with the difficulties, but she never wants her child to follow the same in his life. Great mother, na? She does not wear silk sarees or costly jewels, as we have already seen that. She used to say that she never saw her mother She never wear a silk sarees or a costly jewels. She works in the construction site from the dawn to the dusk for the daily wages. She wants to give a good education to her child. She hopes definitely one day her child will become a man like Ambedkar. They were waiting for a sweet day to break out in their life. Waiting for the sweet day means a good day, a, a day where their life has where the child has come up in his life and will become a heroes like Bhim or Baba Saheb. Again she pointed out one first she want to be an educated person like Ambedkar. She wants her child to be a hero like Bhim. Bhim, a body man in Mahabharata, and Baba Saheb, a very good person. She hopes positively that her sufferings will be erased by the quality education obtained by her children. So this line shows the positive thoughts of a mother, where a mother always thinks of their children to become a great heroes, to become a great person, to be devoid of sufferings. But mom accepts all the sufferings. She tries to suffer, and she was ready to suffer a lot in her life rather than their child. They want their child to be safe, and they want their life of the child to be better and better and better. Okay. Now there are poetry lines here. Ma, I never saw you in a brand new silk saree. Dears, this is the poetry lines. See. So this is the poetry lines. See, up to this the lines are ending. Okay, you copy down in your notes. You keep it clearly in a separate note. You go through these lines after reading this explanation. Okay, let me tell you about the poetry lines now. See, ma here means mother. Jyoti Lanjewar used to say this to her mother. Ma, I never saw you in a brand new silk saree, bordered with gold, with a string of golden beads at your throat, bangles and bracelets on your arms, rubber chappals on your feet. So this is the poetry lines. See, it has been written in a very simple way as we can understand everything while we read this poem. See, Ma, I never saw you. Like I have already told you, this stanza says about the sufferings of the mom, suffering of the mother, that a child is saying, that Jyoti Lanjewar saying that I never saw you, mom, that you wore a new silk saree, that any golden jewels, any bangles, any bracelet, even a chappal. You didn't wear even a chappal, rubber chappals on your feet. The next stanza says, see, Ma, I saw you working in a gang of workers. See, the image is there. Repairing wood, so you bare feet burning on the burning ground. Your child in a bundle of cloth hung on a thorny tree while you carried canisters of tar. See, here this stanza says about that mom is working for a whole day with a gang of workers on repairing or working on the roads, and the feet was burning on the burning ground, and even but the child was being tied in the thorny tree with a bundle of cloth. Have you seen that many of the workers were tie their child in a tree? Whenever the child cries, they go, they feed, and they come back to their work. The next line, I saw you carrying basket of earth with rags wrapped around your feet, giving a sweaty kiss to the naked child who ran to you on a pattering feet while you slaved for your scheme of guaranteed daily wages. So this line says the poet saw her mother was wrapping around the feet, that is, taking their child, kissing when the child cried. When the child come to her, she used to give some love, and again she used to hug, and again she get back to work for the daily wages. I saw you dragging a chain of tears behind you, pacifying your belly, helping to build the dam at the lake, while your own lips were parched, tormented by thirst. See, this lines was a very emotional, very, very emotional. See, mom, here a child says to her mom that your belly, your eyes are, your belly your belly was empty, your belly was empty, but you're building the dam as you are thirsty, but your lips are feeling thirsty, but you're making dam to the society. I saw you carefully climbing the scaffolding of a beautiful new house, your feet swollen with pregnancy, carrying loads of cement and sands on your head for the sake of your dream of a four-walled house of your own. So this line says that, Mom, you're folding your scarf. See, have you seen the working ladies used to fold their scarf and keep it on their head, and they are pregnant, they are carrying the heavy loads of cement and sand. Why? Because they have to work, they have to work for their sake of their dream. They want a small house, a four-walled house of their own, so that they are working day and night, not at all caring about their belly, not at all caring about their appetite, not at all caring about their thirst. That with avoiding their thirst, they are building dams to the society, they are building dams to the nation. They are empty, with their they are they are not at all having proper food. They are not filling their tummy, but they are filling others, but they are working for the others. I saw you late in the evening untying the little bundle you had made with the free end of your sari to bring home salt and cooking oil, putting a shiny 5 paisa coin in my tiny hand and saying, "Go and eat what you want," holding the baby in the cradle to your breast and saying, "Get educated like Ambedkar. Let the basket of labor fall from my hands." So, this line shows the dream of a mother, when the mother finishing all the work day and from the morning till the evening, she is working and tying the sari, keeping. Have you seen, whenever a women work, whenever we work, we used to tie our dupatta, we used to tie a sari, right? So the same thing, when coming to home back, he removing that bundle and then taking a 5 paisa coin and giving to his child, "Go and eat what you want." When the child comes to mother, she used to hug the child, saying that, "Baby, you have to you have to get educated like Ambedkar. Then only our slavery will end, our poverty will end, our bad days will go off." Burning the sticks of your body, lighting a mass of dry crushed sugar can fuel in the stove, feeding everyone else for bhakris, and staying half hungry yourself, saving only a small piece in your pouch for later. So, here the mom was working in the stove, always feeding everyone else, even having take care of some small goods, staying half hungry, making herself half hungry. He used to give food to others. I saw you washing and cleaning in four homes, saying no with dignity to the leftover offered there, covering yourself modestly with the same tattered end of the sari in which you made your countless little bundles. So, Mom was working in the home, cleaning their home, working in the home for day and night, taking care of their child. The leftovers, whatever they are giving, they brought to the home and having it. I saw you walking through a crowd with a basket load of fruit, drawing the end of your sari over your head, picking up and raising your chappal, anyone who pushed around you. Mom, here this line says you're walking in a crowd, you're having a load or basket load of fruit, drawing over your sari, but you're picking up, you're raising your chappal. Whenever someone pushed you, you're going on. I saw you at sunset after you had carried a mountain of work all day, your feet turning homeward and slicing the darkness, angrily throwing out the man who had come back drunk. So you are, when the mom come to home, she was very less restless. She needs some rest in the home. While she was going and resting the darkness, when the angrily man, your father, coming to home, drink with a full drunk, definitely the angry, definitely mom become angry. But there is no way of getting angry towards man, because women are born to suffer a lot under the hands of men. I saw you, saying to your only son who martyred himself in a police firing, you died for Bhima, your life became meaningful, telling the officers defiantly that if you had 2 or 3 sons, you would be more fortunate, you'd have fought again. So, this line shows that she wants her child to be like a Bhim, as I have already told you, as a Bhim, as a police officer who fight for the nation, who fight for the world. He want to be a perfect person. He want to make his child as a freedom fighter, like policeman, like he want his child to be in the army. I saw you on your deathbed, caught counting your last moments with a gift to charity, the money you had made and saved by sifting through waste paper. I saw you live in unity, fight for Baba Saheb, build a memorial to him, breathing your last with the words. So, even in the last breath, even when the mother breathed her last, he want her child to be live in a life of unity. He want his child to be like a Baba Saheb. He want his child to build a memorial to him. So this is the last word a mom said. Jai Bhima on your lips. I never saw you praying with beads for a brand new silk sari, ma. I never saw you. So here, in the final stanza, in the final lines was a child is saying to a mother, even in the last breath, he says Jai Bhima. He never saw her mother praying for the brand new silk saree, for the new ornaments, for the new gold jewels, for the money, and never she saw her mother. She saw her mother only praying for the betterment of her child to be Ambedkar, as an educated person like Ambedkar, a freedom fighter like Baba Saheb, and a very good and a brave soldier like Bhima. Finally, in the last breath, there is a word on her lips, that is Jai Bhima. So finally this poem ends with the suffering of the mother. A conclusion. The poem throws light of Dalit women and her suffering. She is portrayed as a picture of self-sacrifice. Always a woman is a picture of self-sacrifice, dear. She embraced the life of poetry and does not aspire for materialism. She never cares about the materials. She lives a life of poverty. She wants their child to come up in the life. She believes that a new society will be formed, definitely improving or giving a proper education even to the low class people. She had a great belief in Ambedkar and the Ambedkarite education. She wanted her child to be like Ambedkar. The poetess has depicted not only the domestic life of her mother, but also the mother of all poor peoples, particularly the downtrodden people. She raises her voice not only for the Dalit women, but for all the poor peoples who were neglected by the society, who were never given equal rights by the society. The mothers of downtrodden even feel pride as their sons are heroes like Bhim and Baba Saheb. Even their mothers are dreaming, even the poor peoples, whatever it is, even they are poor, it is not their fate. They are poor, they following poverty, but they wanted their son to be a Bhim and Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Though the Dalit women are neglected by the society, they are rendering their best contribution for the development of nation. There are many Dalit women, even though they have been neglected, they raise their voice, they come up in their life, and they follow they do all the contribution for the development of the nation. Jyoti exposed the patriarchal underpinnings of the private and public duality that keeps the Dalit women on the sidelines of the anti-caste movement. She actively advocated for the Dalit feminist identity that put Dalit women at the center of the movement and hit of her story. So she actively educated the feminist that the Dalit women should be educated, that the Dalit women should have the proper education as the normal women are having. Yet victorious at the end to be changed make of her era. She speaks for the generation of women who continue to face triple marginalization through casteism, patriarchy, and capitalism. So finally, she hopes for the victory at the end, that the changes will come in this era, and definitely the generation gap will go off, and there will be a good casteism, good leadership, and good economic status given to the even to the Dalit women, even to the poor people. So the sufferings of the women should get end, and she is praying for the victory, that the changes will definitely come to in the life of women, and definitely there will be a better life in the there will be a better life for the Dalit women. Thank you, dears. So, poetry lines are there. You copy down the poetry lines in your note. You read it out once or twice. Definitely, you will understood. So, I think you have understood clearly. It's a very simple poem. You write an assignment regarding this poem. You bring out the importance of women education. Bring out the importance of women education in I never saw you. Okay, this is your assignment. Please try to submit. Okay, thank you. Stay blessed.